What if I told you there are shelf-stable foods sitting on shelves right now that could outlive your freezer, your pantry, and maybe even you? Not foods that simply last long, but foods that ignore expiration dates, stay safe when the power goes out, and remain usable with zero refrigeration, even during prolonged disruptions and supply shortages. I'm talking about powdered survival foods. They're the quiet backbone of real preparedness, built to last through blackouts, shortages, and every disruption in between. The military uses them, expedition teams rely on them, and preppers have stocked them for years long before it hit mainstream prepping culture. Powdered foods cover more than just calories. They cover the foods we normally lose first during grid failure. Take eggs, for example. Fresh eggs are great until the grid drops. No refrigeration means fast spoilage, and once they turn, those calories are gone for good. Powdered eggs don't have that weakness. They stay shelf-stable, ready, and usable long-term. Because protein isn't luxury, it's survival fuel. Carbs keep you moving, but protein keeps you strong, focused, and resilient when calories run low and stress is high. And powdered protein sources, like whey, follow the same principle. Lightweight, shelf-stable, space-efficient, and capable of turning basic rations into real long-term fuel with just one scoop. Most people ignore them because they look like supplements, not food. But in real, long-duration crisis planning, they earn their place fast. There's another piece almost everyone forgets, the one thing your body truly can't go long without: fat. You can go weeks without carbs, but without fat, your body loses its fuel source, your focus slips, and your strength disappears far sooner than most people realize. It fuels your brain, protects your organs, and keeps you warm when calories get scarce. Yet, it's the part most preppers miss, because real fats simply don't last. Cooking oils go rancid, nuts spoil fast, even canned options break down over time. That's why powdered butter is one of the smartest fats you can store. It's real butter, just shelf-stable, lightweight, and ready in seconds. Kept sealed, it lasts for decades. And a few spoonfuls bring back the calories, flavor, and comfort your body craves under stress. Add a little water, and you get instant spread or a cooking base. Now, here's a point many preppers overlook, not because they're careless, but because it doesn't show up until much later. Most people feel confident once they stocked carbs, protein, and long-lasting calories. That looks complete on paper, until survival stretches beyond weeks and turns into months. Because when that happens, it's not the food supply that fails first, it's the nutrient balance. Your body needs more than energy. It needs vitamins, minerals, and fiber to keep your immune system strong, your recovery steady, and your decision-making sharp. That's where powdered fruits and vegetables matter. They stay light, compact, and shelf-stable for up to 20 years when sealed correctly. And they provide the micronutrients that rice, beans, meat, and canned goods simply can't. Deficiencies don't hit like hunger. They creep in. Low energy, slow healing, poor focus, bleeding gums, weakened immunity, and eventually, serious health problems like scurvy or chronic fatigue. Powdered produce fills that gap safely and efficiently. A single scoop can replace several servings of fresh fruits and vegetables. You can mix it into water, oats, soups, shakes, broths, or even plain rice without refrigeration or cooking. It also works perfectly in long-term smoothie mixes, which brings us to something most people forget: powdered milk. Fresh milk spoils fast. One bad seal or a warm day, and it's gone. Powdered milk doesn't have that weakness. It stays shelf-stable for decades when stored correctly, and keeps nutrients intact: calcium, vitamin D, protein, and steady calories when real dairy isn't an option. Quick break here. If you're finding this breakdown useful, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel grow and reach more people who need this information. Alright, back to it. Some threats hit the body, others hit the mind, and in long-term survival, the mental ones usually strike first. Because hunger can be managed for a while, and cold can be fought with layers and fire. But emptiness, the lack of warmth, taste, routine, and comfort, that's what starts to chip away at morale. In real disruptions, comfort stops becoming a luxury. It becomes stability, a simple anchor that keeps your mindset from sliding when everything else familiar is gone. And that's exactly why powdered soup mixes deserve a spot in your stores. Lightweight, shelf-stable, hydrating, and capable of turning plain calories into something your mind recognizes as normal. All you need is hot water, and in minutes, you've got flavor, calories, and real warmth. Stock a variety: chicken, vegetable, and even cream-based soups. Rotate them into your regular meals so you already know what the taste and mix is really like. Morale matters, because the moment your mindset breaks, your plan does too. And that craving for comfort goes deeper than taste. Stay in survival mode long enough, and your body starts asking for more. Fat, salt, something real. Ignore that too long, and your body pays the price. Survival breaks down fast when the body stops getting what it expects, and no amount of calories can compensate for missing essential fats and salts when stress is high. That's where powdered cheese earns its place. It brings back what long-term storage usually loses: real flavor, real calories, and the comfort of normal food. It's made from real cheese, dried and sealed to last for years. Just add water and you've got something familiar again, something warm that cuts through the fatigue. Mix it into soup, sprinkle it over pasta, or stir it into powdered milk for a meal that feels alive. Warm meals keep your morale alive, but morale alone won't lift a pack, chop wood, or get you through a cold night. You need strength, the kind that only protein delivers when food gets scarce. Powdered peanut butter earns a spot in every serious stockpile. It's clean, light, and built to last. Fresh peanut butter spoils fast, but the powdered version removes the problem while keeping the benefits. It stores dry, mixes easily, and stays ready for years without refrigeration or waste. Packed with protein and steady calories, it gives your body the energy to keep moving long after other foods lose their value. Just add water, and you've got a spread, a shake, or a quick hit of fuel that won't weigh you down. Mix it into oatmeal, blend it with powdered milk, or roll it with oats and honey for compact, high-energy snacks. Powdered foods are incredibly powerful, but only if you store them right. Stocking them is the easy part. Keeping them safe for real emergency is where most people get caught off guard. Once they spoil, those calories are gone for good, and in a crisis, you don't get them back. Most preppers lose years of shelf life without ever realizing it. Moisture, air, and heat are all quiet killers. They cut storage life fast, sometimes without any visible sign. Powdered foods can last decades, but only if every detail is right. Miss one step, and 25 years of shelf life can collapse to 5. So the question is simple: how do you protect all the time, money, and effort you've put into your stockpile? Here are 4 rules that decide how long your powdered food truly lasts. Rule number 1: keep air out. Oxygen is the silent killer of preservation. It reacts with fats, vitamins, and flavors, slowly breaking them down even in sealed containers. Always store powders in Mylar bags or vacuum-sealed jars with oxygen absorbers, and never open a large bag unless you plan to use it. Divide your stock into smaller portions so one mistake doesn't ruin everything. Rule number 2: control temperature. Heat kills shelf life faster than anything else. For every 10 degrees warmer, storage time can be cut in half. A cool, steady environment can literally double how long your food lasts. Basements, root cellars, or insulated cabinets are ideal. Avoid attics and garages. They fluctuate too much. Consistency is the secret. Stability beats perfection. Rule number 3: keep humidity out. Moisture is the fastest way to destroy powdered food. A single drop can trigger bacteria, spoil texture, and cause total loss. Keep supplies off the floor and away from exterior walls. Use desiccant packs inside containers to catch humidity before it spreads. If your powdered clumps, smells strange, or feels damp, it's already compromised. Don't risk it. Rule number 4: always rotate. Your stockpile is meant to stay ready. Use what you store, replace what you use, and always keep the oldest containers up front. Mark the date on every bag, and check your shelves once or twice a year. Rotation keeps your supplies fresh, your system active, and your confidence high. It turns stored food into a reliable habit, and not just a forgotten stash. Before we wrap this up, there's one last long-term food category most preppers either ignore or underestimate: not because it isn't useful, but because it doesn't feel essential on paper. That mindset is a mistake. In short-term scenarios, you can push through with protein, salt, and grit. But once you move beyond the first few weeks, something else becomes critical: morale stability. Stress, boredom, nighttime anxiety, and calorie fatigue don't just drain energy. They damage decision-making, slow recovery, and push people toward burnout. That's where powdered and long-lasting sweeteners matter. Because in extended survival, sweetness becomes more than flavor. It becomes mental medicine. A small dose can reset morale, lift energy, and keep willpower intact when everything else feels heavy. And it's not about cravings, it's about chemistry. Sugar helps trigger dopamine and serotonin, the same neurotransmitters that counter fear, anxiety, depression, and fatigue. That's why elite soldiers, polar teams, and long-distance explorers always pack a controlled source of sweetness for the long haul. Powdered fruit is one solid way to do it: lightweight, nutritious, and easy to mix. But it's not the only option. Here are 3 more long-lasting sweeteners that deserve a place in your long-term storage. Honey is the first one worth mentioning. Raw, sealed, and stored in glass, it can last indefinitely. If it ever crystallizes, warm the jar gently in hot water and it goes right back to liquid. No loss in quality, no refrigeration needed, and no oxygen absorbers required, because honey preserves itself. White sugar is just as reliable. It can last forever if kept completely dry. Store it in Mylar or airtight containers without oxygen absorbers, or it'll harden into a solid brick. Maple sugar is another strong option. A dry, stable version of syrup that stores far better and still delivers real flavor. It works for oatmeal, cocoa mixes, baked goods, and ration upgrades, and stores for decades in Mylar with a simple desiccant pouch. With these 3 stored correctly, you secure long-lasting sweetness, reliable energy, and morale support for periods where regular supplies are gone. If you found this helpful, you'll get even more value inside my playlist, Essential Survival Knowledge. It's packed with practical, no-nonsense videos that level up your preparedness fast. And if you want to dive deeper, I've built other playlists covering everything from blackout readiness to bartering skills and smart low-cost prepping upgrades. They're all on my channel page. Got other multifunctional items that deserve a spot on the list? Let me know in the comments. We prepare best when we prepare together. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It helps this channel reach more people who want solid, practical preparedness information. Stay grounded, stay practical. That's how you outlast the chaos.